Miscellaneous minds, never explaining the minds. Devilish grin for my alias, aliens who respond. Peddling sin, thinking maybe when you get old you realize I'm not gonna fold or demise. I don't smoke crack, motherfucker, I sell it.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Miscellaneous Minds Podcast. I'm your co-host, Boom Argato, the cat that hands you your news back. And to my left over here is the main man, Jesus Dinero, the man that makes the fat stacks. Together we form the dynamic duo that won't die. Deadly ideas, brother, and spicier content than your girls' only fans.
What is going on, everybody? Before we get into tonight's topics, please make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit. And with that, let's get right into it. So, in MMA and hip-hop news, something that I was not aware of until literally just a couple days ago, Conor McGregor has signed Bone Thugs, a group that I'm a fan of, to Greenback Productions.
It's Greenback Records, baby.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. I didn't even know Conor McGregor had a record label. So when I saw this news kind of make its, rounds, I was a little surprised. Now I know, at least the earliest I saw of someone talking about this was like a month ago. Didn't even jump into my realm of knowing until literally like yesterday, 2 days ago. So I told my man at this time, I'm like, what the hell is this? Interesting stuff. Listen, I'm not lying. I am definitely not the biggest fan of Conor McGregor. I am a pretty big fan of Bone Thugs. I fuck with a lot of their music. So it's definitely an interesting thing to hear that they're now signed to Conor McGregor. I'm here for it, I guess. I'm not against it, but it was definitely interesting to see that. Maybe this is the first of many. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know how to feel about it. What do you think about that, my man?
A couple things. Again, I'm not a Conor McGregor apologist, but I will say it's both a good and not bad, but kind of just weird that, first of all, the Greenback Records was just made like as of a couple days ago, and Bone Thugs and Harmony was their first signing. That being their first signing is a bit odd, but if he wants to go with a very recognizable name that's still touring and guarantees some decent money coming in, I'm all for it. If he wants to get some flush money, the thing that I will acknowledge that there's something positive about this is that it's an Ireland-based production. So it's actually based in Ireland. So, I mean, the fact that I think a lot of people acknowledge there's not really a whole lot of opportunity for growth in Ireland. And I think he, with his recent buying of Bare Knuckle FC, another English-based promotion, the fact that he's trying to uplift and probably like make his home a little bit better. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit heartwarming, and I think at the very least it's an opportunity to turn around his bad image from the bad boy of MMA to at least uplifting his community, if just a little bit.
Listen, I will say this. I think it's interesting, and I think it's a great thing that Conor McGregor has definitely diversified his portfolio. From his former whiskey brand, I think now he has a beer. To these records, to his investment in BKFC. A lot of different things, man. A lot of different things. I'm all here for it. I will always tell people diversify your portfolio as much as possible. So even though I thought it was interesting, a little bit weird, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. With that, let's go ahead and jump into our second bit of news. This one is a bit of good news that I actually saw and I thought was a little heartwarming. I saw a video of Blueface and Chrisean's son, Chrisean, having I believe it was his first birthday, thrown by his grandfather. And listen, this might be the most stable that little boy has been his entire life, given both parents are currently in jail. It's good to see that he has at least one good figure in his life. I don't know too much about grandpa, but listen, the fact that he's able to have a stable first birthday is definitely a good thing. Like when I told my man, I'm like, look, we don't need to say a whole lot about this, but again, given that we've previously talked on this podcast about Blueface and Chrisean's many troubles, not just with each other but with the law, I thought let's tell a little bit of good in their life. What do you think about that, my man?
It's heartwarming, at least, that his grandpa is taking responsibility for somebody that was dealt a bad hand. I think it's one of those things where like it's heartwarming, but at the same time it's a little sad that it's kind of like whenever a daughter is like, oh, daughter makes a lemonade stand to pay for her mother's chemotherapy. I was like, that's all cool. It's more sad than it is heartwarming. But look, at least Chrisean has at least somebody stable in his life, and hopefully him finding out who his mom and dad are, hopefully that's not going to mess him up too much, because I'm not going to lie, that's a lot to unpack there for a child, especially considering, okay, this is my granddad, but who's my actual mom and dad? And he's gonna have to find out a lot of things about his parents real fast. So I hope at the very least his granddad can at least give him some sort of a stable life in that regards, at least.
Listen, man, you can only wish the best on someone that's, gonna have not the greatest childhood growing up. Already the fact that both parents for his first birthday are in prison, in jail, not a great thing. So hopefully, they both turn around. Hopefully this is a kick in the ass that they need. We're going to finish up with a bit of sad news that unfortunately happened today. Rich Homie Quan passed away today at the age of 34. It's kind of sad because I looked it up. He was about a month away from his birthday. Birthday's October 4th, I believe. So, definitely rest in peace to that guy. Who didn't fuck with his, the original bop, at least for most of us. My type. I think there's a lot of different things that can be said about this. Rich Homie Quan had talked about a few years back, I believe, about some of his homies and himself and the struggles that they had with substance abuse. And unfortunately, him overdosing just kind of proved, a lot of times, there's a lot of struggles that we see people going through that we don't necessarily, there's a lot of struggles that they're going through that we don't necessarily see. And I think this is a perfect example of it. Listen, man, if you got people in your life that are, abusing drugs, that are abusing alcohol, anything really, don't put up with it, man, because, unfortunately, I'd rather have an extremely uncomfortable conversation with somebody in my life than, have to throw them up on a shirt. Again, RIP to Rich Homie Quan. Condolences to his family. Hopefully they do better. Anything you want to say about that, my man?
Nothing really further.
And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
Until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you on the next one.